Lu Ming travels through the world of pirates and unexpectedly gains a divine-level lottery system. Skills and items that can be extracted from various heavens and worlds. Who is stronger and weaker between Feitian Yujian Liu and the great sword hero Eagle Eye? Who is the strongest physical skill of the hero Kapu in the Eight Gates Dunjia Battle? Who is faster, the ability of Fast Silver and the sparkling yellow ape? Who is the most powerful one in the full level the 9 Yang manual and armed color hegemony? The system is in hand, I have it in the world. When Lu Ming turned around and looked around, his followers behind him were actually Kaido and Redhead. He is already invincible. Main characters. Lu Ming, Nami. Keywords of the novel. One Piece. Unlimited lottery system with no pop-ups, One Piece. Unlimited lottery system TXT complete collection download, One Piece. Unlimited lottery system latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Time traveling. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Did I really travel through time? And also travel to the world of the Pirate King, becoming a pirate? Isn't it too hasty? In the cabin, Lu Ming rubbed his head and sat up from a rudimentary bed. Memories were fused by him, giving him an understanding of his current situation. He was originally an otaku in his 20s on Earth, but after staying up all night chasing anime, he woke up and traveled here. His current identity is that of a pirate in a pirate group. Based on his fused memory. It was because he went to rob a cargo ship, and the co-captain asked them to kill the people on board. However, due to his mercy, he was hit by the other party and passed out. The pirate group he currently belongs to is called the Thunder Pirates. Although the name sounds very domineering, among the entire One Piece King, it is definitely the kind that draws water from the bottom. As a seasoned pirate fan, Lu Ming knows that in the world of One Piece King, there are numerous pirate groups here. These pirate groups have varying strengths, such as the Straw Hat, Red-Headed, Whitebeard, Roger, Blackbeard, Bucky. These pirate groups have terrifyingly high bounties, and the leader's strength is even stronger. And the Thunder Pirates he belongs to, there is only one name left that can still be said. There were more than 20 people on board, and the captain's bounty was less than 5 million belly. The remaining pirates were not to mention. Compared to those big pirate groups, Lu Ming felt that the Thunder Pirates he was in were just soy sauce players. Lu Ming himself didn't even know how his predecessor, this guy, had a brain teaser and joined this pirate group. Even if it doesn't work out, join the East China Sea Hegemon Crick or the East China Sea Clown Bucky. You should know that being a pirate can be very dangerous. Not only do we have to face bounty pursuit from the Navy, but sometimes we also encounter bounty hunters, and even killings from our peers. This is the world of the Pirate King. If you don't have the strength, you will end up dead on the sea sooner or later. A little pirate, you don't have much strength yet. How can you get by? Oh my goodness, everyone else has golden fingers when it comes to time travel, and at worst, it's a good identity to give. I started this game specially, is it at the level of hell? Let's just forget about the little pirate. He doesn't have much strength and background yet. Lu Ming was very anxious about his own fate, worried that his little life would be lost at any time. Ding! Detected a suitable binding object, the system is automatically binding. At that moment, a mechanical electronic system prompt sound appeared, causing Lu Ming to jump out of bed in an excited moment. System. Here it is, my golden finger, it has finally arrived. I don't know my system, what system it is. Lu Ming is full of anticipation. In the novels he had read, almost every protagonist had a system after crossing time, which he didn't expect himself to have now. In his mind, he sensed a progress bar constantly jumping, 1%, 20%, 38% finally. When the progress bar jumps to 100%, the system prompt sound reappears. Ding! Congratulations to host Lu Ming, the unlimited lottery system has been successfully bound. Ding! By completing tasks and other tasks, the host can obtain a lottery value. If the lottery value is sufficient, a lottery can be conducted. Pills, skills, demon fruits can be drawn. Ding! Congratulations to host Lu Ming, the beginner gift pack has been distributed. Do you want to activate it? 3 consecutive system prompts echoed in Lu Ming's mind, causing his excited body to tremble. The breathing is incredibly heavy. Infinite lottery system. Do you also have a beginner's gift package? Lu Ming rubbed his hands, excited about the bound unlimited lottery system, and his attention fell on the system. In his mind, a phantom page appears, with a large gift package at the bottom of the page. Host. Lu Ming identity. Thunder Pirates. Pirates combat power. 30 skill. None devil fruit. None lottery value. 0. That page is somewhat similar to the information page in the game. A series of information about Lu Ming is displayed above. After taking a glance, Lu Ming's attention fell on the big gift package and he chose to turn it on. Ding! The beginner's gift pack has been opened. Congratulations to the host Lu Ming for obtaining the 6 styles. Shaving. Ding! The novice's big gift package is opened. Congratulations to the host, Lu Ming, for obtaining the 9-yang manual. Ding! The beginner's gift package has been opened. Congratulations to host Lu Ming for obtaining the Harmony Dao 1 text. The system prompt sounds again. Lu Ming was already stunned, his face full of shock and disbelief. Gudong. Is this a beginner's gift package? Not only did I draw the techniques, but I also drew the skills and weapons. The 9-yang manual, this is something in the world of Jin Yang swordsman, and you can even take it. I don't know who is stronger than the hegemony in the world of pirate. The more Lu Ming thought about it, the more excited he became. This system is too awesome. And this knife, it's also good. He Daoi's writing is one of the 21 skilled swordsmen in the early stage of Sauron's sword. The next moment, Lu Ming took out the text of He Dao Yi that he had drawn from the system. He Dao Yi 1 is one of the 20.1 skilled craftsmen of the great sharp knife. The handle and scabbard of the knife are white, simple, and they are a hidden knife, made together with Yen Mo for Frost Moon farming Saburo. Originally owned by Sauron's childhood friend Guena, after Guena's death, it became Sauron's weapon. This knife is a famous one worth over 10 million pele. Looking at the flashing blade of the cold light, Lu Ming smacked his lips and said. Next up. He chose to learn the 9-yang manual and shaving in the 6 moves. A stream of information was integrated into his mind, so that the 9-yang manual and the cultivation method of shaving were firmly engraved in his memory. Over here. Lu Ming looked back at the illusory information page in his mind. Host. Lu Ming identity. Thunder Pirates. Pirates combat power. 60 skill. 6 styles. Shaving LV1 the 9-yang manual LV1 devil fruit. None lottery value. 0. With the words of Hadao, the 9-yang manual and shaving, my strength is top among thunder pirates, isn't it? With the system in place, Luffy, Kaido, 4th Emperor, and others will only be a group of younger brothers in front of me. However, first find a way to win the lottery value. Looking at his improved combat power, Lu Ming was full of confidence and felt that it wouldn't be long before he could press Kaido and others to the ground and rub them together. But, after getting excited, he began to think about how to get the lottery value. To get good things from the system, you need a lottery value. Without a lottery value, not to mention putting Kaido and others on the ground, whether they can survive in the world of One Piece is a problem. Chapter 2. Can I take the position of the co-captain? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Let's go in and see if that kid Lu Ming has died. If he's not dead, let him get up and work. Despite being a pirate, he is a useless person who dares not kill anyone and almost got killed back, making us all unable to resist getting angry. Our Thunder Pirate's reputation in the East China Sea has been ruined by him. If this matter were to spread, our Thunder Pirates would definitely be looked down upon by those guys. Lu Ming had just obtained the system and studied it for a while when he heard a group of people walking on the deck outside. What made him feel cold was that they didn't come to care about the injuries as companions, but were instead considered useless. Touch. The worn-out cabin door was suddenly kicked open. Lu Ming, you useless person, seems to have woken up long ago, right? Humph, listen to me now. Our Thunder Pirates don't raise useless people. Since you can't go to the battlefield or kill people, if you want to make a living here, you must work. In the future, you will be the only one responsible for laundry and cooking on the ship. The speaker. He is the deputy captain of the Thunder Pirates, Haido. In fact, he is just an inexperienced swordsman, because he is much weaker than the bounty hunter Sauron at the beginning. However, even a non-mainstream swordsman can still be considered a presence of some strength in the East China Sea where the strong do not emerge. Ding. Task triggered. Defeating Haido will earn you a lucky draw. At this moment, the sound of the system rang out in Lu Ming's mind. Upon hearing this, Lu Ming immediately felt joyful in his heart. To become strong in this world of pirates, one must constantly draw lots. And it actually crossed over. So live your brave and strong self. Humph, Haido. Are you also qualified to preach to me? People like you have no right to become the vice captain of the Thunder Pirates. I see, I'll take your position. When Lu Ming faced the three pirates led by Haido, his own tough momentum erupted. Ha ha ha. Haido laughed disdainfully and said, Lu Ming, do you know what you're talking to a swordsman? Captain, I think Lu Ming's brain has been knocked out, he's crazy. The attendant beside him immediately agreed. Lu Ming sneered at this and said, Hee, do you also deserve to be a master of swordsmanship in Haido? You're just an inexperienced spicy chicken swordsman. And you licking dog's brains are completely ruined, right? As pirates, can we just indiscriminately kill innocent people against unarmed ones? If I don't want to kill innocent people, it's useless. When Haido saw that Lu Ming dared to scold them back, his brow furrowed and he immediately became indifferent. A non-mainstream spicy chicken swordsman. Lu Ming, I see you're thinking of rebelling. Do you still want to be the vice captain of the Thunder Pirates? Humph, so what? Lu Ming snorted fearlessly and continued, my strength is stronger than yours. Why do I have to be a janitor? Why do I have to act based on your expression? Mad, seek death. Haido's temperament is not as good as Lu Ming's temperament. As soon as he was provoked, he pulled out his samurai sword and slashed towards the landing sound. I thought Lu Ming would immediately kneel down and beg for mercy. Shwa. But Lu Ming let out a burst of explosions under his feet. In the blink of an eye, Lu Ming disappeared into place. Haido cut through the air. At this moment, both Haido and a few followers were shocked. Just dodged in place. Good guy. Has Lu Ming really been hiding his strength all along? Is now the true strength of Lu Ming? Lu Ming launched one of the Navy's Type 6 attacks, the Shave. Although only LV-1, he was still able to quickly dodge the attacks of Haido. After all, the other party is just an inexperienced swordsman. Lu Ming dodged to the side, his entire aura changed. Cold and invincible. After all, he has mastered the martial arts of the 9-yang manual. Although he is only LV-1, he still brings him some internal power. What? Haido and several attendants suddenly felt a sense of pressure from Lu Ming. Even breathing became a bit heavy. Lu Ming doesn't say much nonsense. The 9-yang manual. Muttering in my heart, stimulating my internal strength, my hands suddenly pushed towards them. It was like a weak version of the overwhelming force that came into play. Boom. Ah. Under the bombardment of this internal force, several members of Haido were directly blasted out from the air. The dilapidated cabin doors were shattered by a loud bang. Wow. Haido and several followers spat out a mouthful of blood. So strong. What means is this? Haido and others were filled with fear in their eyes. If we continue, will we really die in the hands of Lu Ming? After Lu Ming received his credit. I just feel a bit tired. It seems that the internal power of the 9-yang manual LV1 is too little. Whew. Take a deep breath. Adjust your own qi and blood flow. Then he walked out of the room and arrived on the deck. Lu Ming looked expressionlessly at Haido, who was spitting blood, and said, "Haido, let me ask you, who should be the deputy captain of the Thunder pirate ship? Do you do it or do I do it?" At this moment, Haido was sweating profusely and had never felt such a great threat before. "Humph, I admit that my strength is not as good as yours. The position of deputy captain of the Thunder pirate is yours. Since that's the case, then you can get out of here. The Thunder pirates don't need scumbags like you," Lu Ming said expressionlessly, "because you lack the heart of companions, the heart of kindness, and even do not understand that true pirates only pursue freedom of strength and personal freedom, rather than freedom to commit crimes and indiscriminately kill innocent people." What? Upon hearing this, Haido gritted his teeth and said, Are you driving us away from the Thunder pirates? Impossible, only Red has the right to decide whether or not to disembark. Lu Ming, I admit you are very good at hiding your strength, but don't push too far. Haido looked at Lu Ming with crimson eyes. This guy pretends to be a pig and eats a tiger, it's despicable. Not to mention snatching his position as co-captain, didn't even leave his job for him. Do you think Captain Red will listen to you? Lu Ming snorted coldly, You're no longer the co-captain. Captain Red will choose to listen to me as the co-captain. In memory. Captain Red is an honest person. Even a bit silly. Not very thoughtful. I don't have much independent opinion. But the only firm pursuit is the power on the fist. Therefore, there is no doubt about it. This guy is quite strong. At least among the pirate groups in the East China Sea, having a bounty of 5 million belly has surpassed many pirate groups. Moreover, Red is a demon fruit expert who possesses rare animal-type electric eel fruits. However, despite this, Red still places great emphasis on physical cultivation. He is already a big guy, 3 meters tall, and looks like a big fool. Every time I stand in front of them, it feels like a rock sharpened by a sword. There is a strong sense of muscle and explosiveness throughout the body. The strongest attack is Thunder Fist, which carries thunder and lightning. But due to the inability to develop fruits, the lightning generated is just average. Therefore, enhancing the attack power of the fist cannot be said to be enough, and one punch can only bring some effect of numbing the enemy's body. No, we need to see the captain. Haido was not convinced and still spoke firmly. Okay, then go see the captain. Anyway, you're just insulting yourself. Lu Ming's face remained expressionless. At the age of 18, he appeared incredibly resilient for the first time, no longer as weak and immature as before. Chapter 3. Becoming a co-captain. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon. Lu Ming led Haido and 3 others to the second deck. There is a small room above here where Captain Red exercises his muscles whenever he's free. Haido, why are you injured? Did you make all the movements below just now? However, don't mess around on the ship. Our ship can't withstand the turbulence, and if it breaks down, there's no money to repair it. Captain Red said with an honest expression, completely lacking the dignity of a captain. Captain, it's all because of this that Lu Ming wants to rebel. I took my 2 brothers to care if he was okay, but he went crazy without distinction. Not only did he suddenly attack us, but he also wanted to be the co-captain of our Thunder Pirate ship. When Haido saw Captain Red, he directly took a bite back at Lu Ming. Haha. Haha. Lu Ming couldn't help but cover his face with his hand, his eyes sharp as he looked at Haido through his fingers. Haido, are you really a complete villain? Didn't you say that I dare not kill? Do you believe that I will kill you immediately? When Haido saw Lu Ming suddenly becoming sharp and sharp, his face turned pale with fear. But at this moment, he was betting that Captain Red would believe him and help him. After all, Captain Red is just a guy with well-developed limbs and a simple mind. What kind of analysis would he know? At this moment, Red put down the barbell for wrist exercises and looked at Lu Ming very seriously, asking. Lu Ming, it seems like you're a bit different from before, kid. Tell me, what's going on? If you attack your companions without distinction, Red won't spare you. From Red's reaction, Lu Ming realized that Captain Red was actually a person of varying degrees, and he wasn't that foolish and unbearable, was he? He said, Captain, people can change, after all, each of us is making progress. As for what just happened, I think you can just ask the two of them. After finishing speaking, Lu Ming looked coldly at the other two crew members and sneered. If you can tell the truth to the captain, I won't argue with you anymore, but if you want to falsely accuse me like a sea fight, then you should have seen my strength, right? The two crew members were frightened by Lu Ming's aura and immediately swallowed their saliva, saying to Captain Red. Captain, yes. It was Haido who wanted to trouble Lu Ming and took action to kill him, but was defeated by Lu Ming's counterattack. You. Upon hearing this, Haido became so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. Captain, as you can see, it's clear that Lu Ming is threatening people. And, this guy has been hiding his strength on our ship. I suspect he's an undercover agent arranged by the Navy. Undercover. Red frowned. Yes, he must be an undercover agent. When we kill, burn, and loot, he never kills those who resist. He just wants to let them go and leave clues for the Navy. Haido immediately exclaimed in a hurry, feeling that he was really too smart. Now let's see how Lu Ming explains. After all, what he says is true. Seeing the urgent sea battle, Lu Ming smiled calmly and said. Captain, do you think I'm an undercover agent sent by the Navy? Our Thunder Pirates are worth the Navy's special arrangement for undercover agents. If I were a Navy undercover agent, how much less would I be undercover on the Thunder Pirates for 2 years? I just feel that being a pirate cannot indiscriminately kill innocent people. Upon hearing this, Red nodded thoughtfully and said, I feel like what Lu Ming said makes sense. It's actually Haido. Although you have the ability to come up with ideas, I don't like you killing innocent people either. I remember telling you that for those weak people, just scare them. Haido suddenly looked bewildered and said, Captain, how dare you choose to believe him? Red took a deep breath and said, what I did to you before was actually turning a blind eye. After all, you are a crew member of my Thunder Pirate ship. Thinking about the difficult times now, I can't bear to abandon you. But I didn't expect you to start taking action against your companions who are going through life and death, which really disappoints me. Haido, we'll find a small island later. You can get off the ship. From now on, as long as there is Lu Ming, the deputy captain of the Thunder Pirates team. Captain, you will regret it. Haido sneered and continued, if it weren't for me coming here over the years to plan and strategize for you, burning and looting, how could your value be 5 million belly? Captain, this kind of guy is simply not ashamed but proud. Why are you looking for a small island? Let me throw him directly into the sea, let heaven decide his fate. Lu Ming couldn't bear to listen anymore, let alone easily let go of a small person like Haido. He stepped forward and grabbed Haido, unleashed his inner strength, and then threw him into the sea. Red did not stop this, so it was up to heaven to decide the fate of Haido. Without further thought, he said seriously. You must remember that as members of the Thunder Pirates, we are brothers who go through life and death together. I do not allow our companions to engage in big fights. Yes, Captain. Alright, you guys go down and arrange a banquet to celebrate Lu Ming's becoming the vice captain of the Thunder Pirates. Captain, don't worry, we'll go now. The two crew members who were not thrown down together immediately ran out with relief. Lu Ming, you stay and let's discuss something. Red suddenly turned back to his silly expression and smiled. Captain, what's going on? Lu Ming asked. Isn't Haido gone? So, I was wondering if you could come up with a plan. Red smiled awkwardly and said, Hee, although I'm the captain, you should know that I'm big and rough, and I don't like to think with my brain. So, what should we do with the Thunder Pirates team next? After thinking for a moment, Lu Ming said, Captain, this is so simple. First, step out of the East China Sea, enter the Great Waterway, and become a true pirate. How to do it specifically? Seize money, experience battles, strengthen your own strength, and just increase your crew. Upon hearing this, Red felt so complicated and said, Lu Ming, then you can arrange it. I will fully support you from behind. Lu Ming smiled. Being a hands-off shopkeeper like Red was just what he wanted, and it saved him waiting until he had enough strength to challenge him and replace him. Having such a captain is still a good thing. All the ideas and power have been given to oneself, and it can also help attract the ideas of the Navy and others, so that one can continue to work hard in the future. Lu Mingyue became more and more satisfied and said, since that's the case, let's go defeat the woman from the Yalta pirates first. Let's scrape some money from her hands and turn it around. The Alita pirates. Lu Ming nodded and said, that's right. I heard that woman is fat and often appears in the sea near Windmill Village. We can go search and have a look. Okay, I'll listen to you. I won't be polite to other pirates. 3 days later. The Thunder Pirates arrived in the sea near Windmill Village. After driving forward for half a day, you can see the entire Windmill Island. Windmill Island is Luffy's hometown. But I don't know if Luffy has gone out to sea. Because there is no sea circle calendar to calculate in the East China Sea, only when entering the Great Waterway can there be a sea circle calendar. Chapter 4. The Most Beautiful Woman, Alita. You are listening at novelfull.audio. However, now in the East China Sea, the Creek pirates still dominate. From this point, it can be inferred that Luffy may not have gone out to sea yet. Otherwise, as soon as Luffy sets sail and Crick is defeated by Luffy and captured by the Navy, he would not be a hegemon in the East China Sea. When it comes to the Creek pirates, it has to be said that that guy has 3,000 pirate ships under his command. And the pirates who are unwilling to join their pirate group in the East China Sea have to pay them protection fees every year, at least 1 billion Bailey. If they don't pay, they won't be able to wander in the East China Sea, and they won't even be allowed to go to the Great Waterway. Captain, there's someone in the sea. Suddenly, a crew member named Away ran over with a single telescope to report. And she's also a chubby woman. Ha! A chubby woman. Lu Ming was suddenly surprised and asked, how fat are you? The kind that's very fat, isn't it? Tsk tisk. Lu Ming couldn't help but marvel at this and immediately thought of Arita, the first pirate Lu Fei encountered while sailing, claiming to be the most beautiful woman on the sea. It's a bit interesting, drive over and take a look immediately. After giving orders, Lu Ming went up to the second floor and told Red, Captain, it seems like we have found the target, but someone may have taken the lead. So unlucky. Red frowned, meaning he couldn't grab the other party's treasure. Lu Ming comforted, but the captain doesn't have to be disappointed. The opponent's strength is also good. We can let her join our Thunder Pirates team. Okay, then you can arrange it. If you need force to solve it, just come up and call me anytime. After Red finished speaking, he continued to be busy practicing. After all, as a demon fruit-capable individual. His ability to produce lightning from this eel fruit is conditional. One way is to continuously exercise the body, which can accumulate a certain amount of lightning. The second type is that when beaten, lightning can also occur. Lu Ming followed back to the deck. It was not a casual decision to let Alita join the Thunder Pirates. But this guy may have a demon fruit called the Smooth Fruit in the future. As long as it is well developed, it can definitely become a major force in the Thunder Pirates. Moreover, the Thunder Pirates will face many enemies, and it is impossible for him, Lu Ming, to solve all of them. How troublesome is that? Soon, the Thunder Pirate ship approached the drifting pirate Alita at sea. The other party was tightly holding a wooden bucket, with a bag hanging from their waist that contained a heavy weight. "Help me! Help me quickly!" Alita saw a pirate ship appear, as if she had grabbed the last straw that saved her life. Speaking of which, she has been floating on the sea for a day and a night. My legs were almost soaked to death, and I survived completely with a will. Ding! Save Alita and persuade her to become a crew member of the Thunder Pirates, rewarding her with lucky draw points. At this moment, the electronic sound of the system echoed in Lu Ming's mind. Lu Ming is very excited about this. Is it so easy to get a lucky draw? The opening task is indeed simple. Let's go down a few and salvage her up. Yes. Quickly, Alita was salvaged onto the deck. This woman is really fat. Although not comparable to Charlotte Lingling, at least it's still a small version of Charlotte Lingling. Give her some fresh water to drink first. Yes. Quickly, Alita drank some fresh water and finally felt her consciousness clearer. Then suddenly, subconsciously, I held on to something around my waist with both hands. The crew of the Thunder Pirate were immediately drawn to Alita's reaction. "Hey, chubby woman, we saved you. Shouldn't we give you some compensation?" "Yeah, what's the thing you're holding in your arms?" "It's heavy, shouldn't it be golden jewelry, right?" "No, my mother's treasure has sunk to the bottom of the sea." At the thought of even the pirate ship sinking, Alita couldn't help but feel hatred towards the Straw Hat Boy in her heart. Unforgivable, absolutely unforgivable. Alita couldn't help but let out her thoughts. Cut, no treasure. Is it your life or the things in your arms that matter? Don't you bring it over yet so we can see what's inside. As they spoke, several pirates immediately rushed forward and snatched the bag from Alita's arms. Although Alita's consciousness has become clearer, she is completely powerless and unable to resist. "That's my thing. You're not allowed to touch it." Alita's weak barrier. The pirate on the ship forcibly snatched it away and opened it, causing confusion immediately. "Ha! What is this? A fruit. At this moment, upon hearing these words, Lu Ming's heart immediately tightened. "Fruit. Is it the devil's fruit? Bring it, let me see." Lu Ming asked. Awei took it up and said, "Captain, that's this thing. It's white and looks strange. Maybe it's been soaking in the sea for a long time, right? I feel like I can't eat it anymore. I don't know why she's still like a treasure." Upon closer inspection, Lu Ming was indeed a demonic fruit. It seems that Alita got the slippery fruit entirely because Luffy sank her pirate ship, causing Alita to drift on the sea and thus obtain this demon fruit. Sure enough, as the protagonist's first enemy, the reward from heaven is also too good for her, isn't it? You know, this chubby woman Alita dreams of becoming the most beautiful woman on the sea every day. Well, the favor of heaven has come. Smooth fruits can help Alita's excess fat slip away and transform into a beautiful woman with a beautiful figure. "Captain, how should we deal with her now? Why don't you ask her if she has any money buried somewhere?" Awei continued to ask. After all, their purpose this time is to steal money, otherwise they will have to drink the wind. "Don't worry, I'll handle this matter." Lu Ming was not worried at all. He looked at Alita on the deck and asked, Alita, your pirate group has been destroyed. Do you want to join us, Thunder Pirates? Wait, Captain. She's so fat and ugly. Do you really want to invite her to join our Thunder Pirates team? Yeah, we're all men on board, she's a woman, and she's also fat. We're afraid. Wait, what kind of expressions are you all having? When Lu Ming saw his companions, he clearly looked like a bachelor who had never seen a beautiful woman before. After being single for a long time, he seemed to have fallen in love with a pig, but was also afraid to fall in love. Captain, you need to think twice. Can you find a beautiful girl to join the Thunder Pirates? Humph, you despicable bunch of guys, I, Alita, am the most beautiful woman on the sea. Besides, I am a great captain, and you think my mother will really join your Thunder Pirates team? Blue-haired boy, return my mother's things. As long as you let me go, I will give you some money later. Thank you for your life-saving kindness. Chapter 5. Basic Swordsmanship at Full Level. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Blue-haired boy. Humph, I have a name. My name is Lu Ming, the deputy captain of the Thunder Pirates. Meeting me can be considered the greatest blessing of your life, Alita. As long as you choose to join our Thunder Pirates team, I can transform you into a truly beautiful beauty instead of the fat pig you look like now. Moreover, if you don't join the Thunder Pirates, you won't have a chance to seek revenge at all. After all, we have no reason to save you. Choose, join or not. Lu Ming asked forcefully. Alita is actually already tempted. Now her pirate group has been destroyed. If you want revenge, you can only rely on other pirate groups. And more importantly, the other person appears very confident, turning her into a truly beautiful beauty. Ha! I can promise you, but I have one condition. What conditions? Asked Lu Ming. Return my mother's belongings, and I will join your Thunder Pirates. And I will also be the deputy captain of the Thunder Pirates. Alita is proud and doesn't want to be a small servant on the Thunder Pirate ship. Hee, are you going to challenge me? Lu Ming smiled directly and continued, okay, the rule of our Thunder Pirate ship is that whoever can challenge and win can sit in their position. I see, then the old lady will challenge you, and also challenge your captain. Ding, defeat Alita and reward the lucky draw. Suddenly, the electronic sound of the system rang out again in Lu Ming's mind. Upon hearing this, Lu Ming. Feeling. Ah, this. I didn't expect Alita to have such crushing value. You are truly a fat woman. There is indeed something. Sure, but you need to join our Thunder Pirates team first. Also, I can give you this item. As Lu Ming spoke, he walked towards Alita and said, I know this is devil's fruit, but I just don't want it. I just give it to you, I just don't want it as a treasure. By the way, I heard that a demon fruit is worth billions of Bailey. Upon hearing this, Alita was immediately surprised. I can't even figure it out in my heart. The other party actually knows that this is a demonic fruit and knows its value, but they actually returned it. But this precious thing, she didn't hesitate and just hugged it back in her arms. Humph, you have confidence and the demeanor of being a great pirate. But how do you want me to become a beautiful beauty? Alita asked. Eat it, I recognize this demon fruit, called the slippery fruit. I will teach you how to develop the fruit's ability in a few days, and you can become a beautiful beauty. Upon hearing this, Alita frowned. It turned out that this demonic fruit could change herself. But how did this blue-haired kid know? Oh no, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I also know that this is the devil's fruit. After eating it, besides turning into a dry duck, I will indeed gain a special ability. After all, when fighting against the Straw Hat Kid, that kid claimed to have eaten some rubber fruit and his body could stretch freely. It can be seen that the devil fruit is not an ordinary thing. So Alita immediately started eating. But I only took one bite. Completely tasteless, like eating dirt. Cough, is this too bad to eat? Alita didn't even know how to finish it. Alright, just take a bite and throw away the rest. It's no longer useful. Lu Ming subconsciously said something. Oh. Upon hearing this, Alita threw the leftover food into the sea. Following closely, I felt weak all over and then fell asleep. Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the mission and successfully allowing Alita to join the Thunder Pirates team, with a reward of 500 lucky draw points. 500 points. I defeated Haido that day and only got 200 points in the lottery. Anyway, it's time for the lottery now. A few days ago, there was no lottery because there were benefits set in the lottery. A 1-time 5 consecutive draws can be rewarded once. At that time, there were only 200 points, so Lu Ming restrained himself from smoking. There are over 700 points in total, which can be used for 1 round and 5 consecutive draws. System, I want a lottery. I silently recited in my heart, and then a lottery pool appeared in my mind. The prize pool is filled with colorful light balls. Give me a 5-pack draw. Does it consume 500 lottery points? Yes. So he fired 5 consecutive draws and came. Congratulations to the host, your internal power has increased by 1 year. Congratulations to the host, your internal power has increased by 1 year. Congratulations to the host, your internal power has increased by 10 years. Why is it all internal strength? Has one breath increased one's internal strength for 14 years? I don't believe it anymore. Can we have something more impressive? So, Lu Ming took a chance to reward. Congratulations to the host, you have achieved full proficiency in basic sword techniques. Ha! This is not bad. Lu Ming immediately became happy. After all, possessing the supreme sword of Hidao Yi-Wen, he didn't even know any skills. Now that you have a full-level proficiency in basic swords, it is obvious that you are more powerful than the bounty hunter Sauron at this point in time. After all, swords and knives are divided into 5 levels in the world of pirates. The 5th layer is the basic sword technique. The 4th layer combines powerful sword techniques. The 3rd level of sword hero is to cut through steel. The 2nd level black blade level swordsman. The 1st level white sword level swordsman. Immediately learn the basic proficiency level of swordsmanship. Congratulations to the host, you have successfully learned. In a moment of thought, Lu Ming felt that there were many basic sword techniques in his mind. Hey, the feeling of opening and hanging is really enjoyable. Ha! What's so smelly? However, at this moment, Lu Ming was immediately awakened by the stench and asked, I'm going, why is it so smelly? The crew pinched their noses and said, Captain, you've finally come to your senses. Look, that chubby woman has a lot of sticky and dirty stuff flowing from her body, it's so smelly and dirty. Upon seeing it, Lu Ming saw that it was indeed the case. It seems that the smooth fruit is working. Quickly take her down and wash her. Oh, great. A few people walked up with great disdain. But before he could get close, he fell on the deck. Because there is a sticky liquid all around, it is very slippery. Ha ha ha. Someone on the ship couldn't help but laugh. Look at me. As he spoke, he avoided the mucus on the deck and prepared to grab Erida's hand with force. However, as soon as he grabbed it, he exerted force and retreated out. Unfortunately, he said. Captain, she's too slippery, like a loach, she can't even catch it. What's going on? Which one of you pooped on the deck? At this point, Captain Red on the 2nd floor was smelling. Lu Ming smiled and said, It's okay, it will be fine soon. Walking to the side of the boat, I stimulated my internal strength and rolled up a wave of seawater, which directly poured onto Alita's body. Because seawater has the power of sealing, it temporarily prevents Alita from continuing to secrete dirty things. First, find an island to stop and deal with her before we talk. Chapter 6. Being Surrounded. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not long after, the Thunder pirate ship arrived at Orange Town. This can be considered as part of Lu Ming's plan arrangement. Because Luffy had already defeated the Iron Rod Alita a day ago and headed to the town of Shells, where 153 branches were located, which was under the rule of Rear Admiral Monka. Since the experience in that place has already been taken advantage of by Luffy. In Lu Ming's opinion, there's no need for their Thunder pirates to run and waste time. As a presence with a protagonist halo, that flying general will defeat Monka, recruit bounty hunter Sauron to board the ship, and then proceed to the next place. That is where the Thunder pirate ship arrived first, which is Xiangqing Town. Arriving at Xiangqing Town, it's already evening time. Away, go find a hotel and let Alita soak in the bathtub. Believe it, I believe the oil output will be better tomorrow. Lu Ming subconsciously arranged the way. Yes, Captain. Lu Ming and Captain Red stayed overnight on the ship. One night later, wake up early in the morning. Their thunderous pirate ship was unexpectedly surrounded. Captain, co-captain, it's not good. Several crew members were already on the deck, hurriedly calling out their names. What's going on? Lu Ming has already put on his clothes. I'm going to the town today to buy some daily necessities and so on. Captain, we are surrounded by a pirate named Bucky Pirates. At this moment, a crew member immediately reported. It's a bit interesting. Upon hearing this, Lu Ming couldn't help but laugh. I didn't expect experience to come so soon. Ding. Trigger task. Defeat Bucky to earn a lucky draw. As soon as Lu Ming thought about it, the electronic sound of the system in his mind rang out. So, go call the captain over. Lu Ming immediately instructed to make arrangements when defeating Ba Ji. Although Bucky's strength is average, there are quite a few people under his command. It is impossible to defeat Bucky alone, and all members of the Thunder Pirates must cooperate. Lu Ming, it seems like we are surrounded by the members of the Bucky Pirates. Red quickly arrived at Lu Ming's room and asked, so, what are your thoughts next? Yes, I want to do a big job. Lu Ming boldly said. Red immediately became cautious and asked, are you going to destroy the Bucky Pirates? But that guy's bounty is more than 3 times mine, indicating that his strength is much stronger than our Thunder Pirates, right? No, there's no need to destroy them. Our Thunder Pirates team just needs to challenge their captain to ascend. Just a simple fight. Red asked. That's right. Lu Ming nodded. What about those people outside? Of course, we need to knock them all down so that we can pull hatred on Bucky. Lu Ming smiled faintly. How much certainty do you have? 100%. Upon hearing this, Red patted his thigh and said, I'll go. It's okay, then I'll definitely do it. As Lu Ming and the captain walked out of the room, the companions on the deck had already gathered and couldn't help but ask, Captain, are we going to have a fight with them? Yes, let's have a fight. We are the Thunder Pirates, let them feel our strength. Red was on the ship, and with a command, countless crew members were boiling with enthusiasm. Then let's have a fight with them. Kill me. The pirates on the ship rushed towards the pirates on the shore. The pirate on the shore suddenly looked unresponsive. Are you crazy? Are you sure you want to resist our Bucky Pirates? This Orange Town will soon be in Captain Bucky's bag. You should be more sensible and consider joining our Bucky Pirates team first. Boom. However, what arrived was Red charging ahead, taking the lead in a punch that hit the ground. Suddenly, all the pirate minions within a 5-meter range were transmitting a certain voltage of electricity. Ah! The pirate who was paralyzed by the electric current immediately let out a scream. They were in a paralyzed state and unable to react quickly, so Red punched them naked and flew them out one after another. The pirates of the Thunder pirate ship, seeing that the captain was still fighting fiercely, immediately rushed up and killed non-stop. For opponents who are all pirates, the pirates of the Thunder pirate squad will not show mercy. Crazy, you're actually enemies with Captain Bucky. Wait for us. You will soon be unable to eat and wander around. A few pirates were frightened and fled in panic. Captain, there's no need to chase after them. Let them go back and report. Lu Ming immediately said. Lu Ming, what should we do now? Red turned his head and asked. Let's go take a stroll around the town first, and by the way, let's see how Alita is doing. Okay. So a group of people arrived at the inn led by Away. Boss, take out all the good wine and dishes. Is this money enough? Lu Ming took out a bag of Bailey and threw it onto the accounting table. The boss felt a lot more at ease when he saw the money, and his attitude changed 360 degrees. He flattered him and said. Hey, that's enough. Wait a moment, we'll serve you food and wine soon. Lu Ming ordered, Away, go and call out Alita. Yes, Captain. At this moment. Alita is in the room. She soaked in a large bathtub all night last night, and a lot of fat oil slipped out of her body. At least 300 pounds have been reduced to 200 pounds. So I am looking in the mirror in the room. I didn't expect my mother to become more and more beautiful. If we keep going like this, we won't be able to have a beautiful body in a few days, will we? However, what to do next is completely unknown to me. The fat on my body suddenly disappeared on my own, and now it seems like I have reached the limit. It seems that we still need to find that kid Lu Ming to help. Alita, the co-captain has asked you to come down, and everyone is waiting for you below. Away's voice came from outside the door. Humph. I know now. Alita responded impatiently. Go to the lobby below the hotel. Alita swaggered into an empty seat. What are you looking at? Haven't you seen such a beautiful woman like me before? Alita saw many members of the Thunder Pirates looking at her with an irresistible expression, which immediately made her feel contemptuous. Puff. Many members of the Thunder Pirates immediately vomited a mouthful of alcohol in disgust. Are you a chubby woman also a beauty? We just feel that your skin has become slightly more delicate than yesterday. I also have a little less fat on my body. I find it unbelievable, that's all. Upon hearing this, Arita gritted her teeth in anger, but in the end, she smiled lightly. Che, anyway, you're just frogs at the bottom of the well. Do you still want to eat the swan meat of the old lady? Do you still admit it or not? Cough. Lu Ming instinctively coughed and said, Alita, this is the captain of our Thunder Pirates team, named Red. Welcome to join our Thunder Pirate ship, and from now on we will be companions. Red picked up a small bucket cup and wanted to have a drink with the new member. Chapter 7. Alita gives up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Alita did not refuse, picked up the ale and drank it in one gulp. Although I joined your Thunder Pirates team, I don't want to be a small servant. Lu Ming, when will we have a fight? Alita felt that her body had fully recovered. And there is also the power of the devil fruit, which has clearly reached unprecedented strength and can be fought in one battle. You can do it any time. Lu Ming said lightly. The other party still has his mission on them. Defeat Arita and you will receive a lucky draw. Oh. Then let's do it now. Anyway, I can't wait anymore. But if you lose, the position of co-captain won't satisfy my appetite. Alita immediately stepped on the stool, appearing very domineering. Humph, then come out with me. Lu Ming looked at Arita with a smile on his face. By the way, Away, find her a handy iron rod. Okay. Not for a while. Lu Ming confronted Alita on the street. Alita held an iron rod in her hand. In Lu Ming's hand, he was holding a supreme sharp knife. But no one knows this knife. Many people have already gathered around. Be ready, Lu Ming asked lightly. What do you think? Alita suddenly jumped up and swung an iron rod towards landing. Upon seeing this, Lu Ming immediately launched the Navy's Type 6 shaver and dodged the heavy blow in place. When flashing aside, Alita also reacted quickly and immediately pursued Lu Ming, waving her iron rod. However, Lu Ming still used his razor to quickly dodge Alita's attack. Humph, do you only know how to hide back and forth? Alita was very speechless. The opponent's movements were too fast, and she even slowed down a beat. I just want to take this opportunity to show you your shortcomings. Your attack speed is too slow. As a member of our Thunder Pirates team, you can't be too weak. Lu Ming said with a smile. Cut, I only need to attack you once, and you will have no fighting power, said Alita disdainfully. Huh, are you starting to feel like you're really good again? Why don't you give it a try? This time, Lu Ming no longer chose to dodge and faced the iron rod waved by Alita. Immediately, he casually waved the supreme sharp knife in his hand. The internal power cultivated by the Nine-Yang manual was immediately injected into the supreme fast saber. Boom! At the moment of collision between the iron rod and the supreme sharp knife, a terrifying wave was generated directly. Alita was quickly shaken back more than 10 meters on the spot. Lu Ming did not give Alita any chance to catch her breath. Since you have chosen to take action, naturally you will not give up such a good opportunity. We must crack down hard on Alita. Only in this way can Alita feel the difference in strength. Therefore, followed closely by a knife, she picked up Alita as she retreated. A visible knife aura chased after him. What? Alita, who had not yet stabilized her figure, was facing a formidable enemy and quickly waved her iron rod with both hands to resist the chasing sword energy. Boom! However, she was completely defeated by this force. Alita flew backwards, her arms numb from the shock. At this moment, she realized that she was no match for Lu Ming at all. The opponent's strength is simply too strong. It's hard to imagine that there are so powerful people in the seemingly weak pirate group. Alita, will we continue the battle? Lu Ming arrived in front of Alita. Alita stood up from the ground and said honestly, what more war are you fighting? I'm not your opponent at all, am I? Forget it, your position as co-captain is no longer coveted by the old lady. With the defeat of Alita, the electronic sound of the system echoed in Lu Ming's mind. Congratulations to the host for completing the task of defeating Alita. Reward 500 points in the lottery. Lu Ming naturally felt happy again in his heart. This is another 500 lottery points. I have extracted 1,000 points of lottery value from Alita from before and after. System, give me 5 consecutive draws. With enough lottery value, Lu Ming couldn't control his low hand and immediately began the draw. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1 year of internal power. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1 year of internal power. Then, for 5 consecutive years of internal strength. Lu Ming's eyelids twitched when he heard the voice in his head so unrelenting. What a special thing, why is it all internal strength? And it's still a year of internal strength. So fond of using internal power, have the ability to directly unleash a century-old internal power. Forget it. There is a reward for 5 consecutive draws. I hope you can give me a good reward. After comforting oneself in the heart, immediately proceed with the final reward draw. Ding, congratulations to the host. Thank you for your patronage. Lu Ming was so angry that his face turned blue. It scared Alita on the side and she quickly said. I'm sorry, Captain. I won't call myself an old lady again in the future. Lu Ming regained his senses and said, "Remember what you said." "Got it." Arita nodded in agreement. "Ha." However, Lu Ming immediately saw a girl's face in the crowd. Nami. And Nami, who was watching in the crowd, immediately felt a sense of unease when she saw that Lu Ming had noticed her. "Just turn around and run away. Forget it, we'll see each other again." Lu Ming has no intention of catching up with Nami, and he will have to go to the Dragon Pirates to gain experience later. Therefore, we will meet sooner or later. Let's give way, our leader Bucky will come. At this moment, outside the surrounding crowd, a group of pirates arrived, at least hundreds of people. Among them is Bucky, who is worth a reward of 16 million belly and the owner of the split fruit. When the crowd around saw this group of notorious pirates, they were frightened and fled, keeping their doors closed. "Bucky, it's these guys who are against us." Bucky had a pirate subordinate under his command, and immediately spoke with a domineering expression. Bucky sat on a large sedan chair without a lid, carried by someone, and lived a life similar to that of a local emperor. At this moment, I opened one eye and instinctively looked at Lu Ming and others. TSK, is there only so few people? Bucky immediately sneered. "GG. Dare to oppose me, Uncle Bucky. Do you think who you are? Don't you immediately report your name. I won't kill the unknown." The captain of the Thunder Pirates immediately stood up and said fearlessly, "I am the captain of the Thunder Pirates." The Thunder Pirates. Ha, I haven't heard of it at all. However, just because you dare to be enemies with me. The person who killed me, come on, what do you want to solve? However, if you submit to the command of my Bucky Pirates, Gigi, I can spare you from dying. Bucky, on the other hand, was laughing playfully, but with a completely hidden smile, giving off a feeling of disbelief. "Don't joke, our Thunder Pirates team is here to challenge you." Chapter 8. Misunderstanding Internal Power as Dominance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Puhaha. The countless pirates of the Bucky Pirates couldn't help but laugh. Hello, Captain of the Thunder Pirates. I've heard of you before. It seems like your bounty is only 5 million Bailey, right? Do you know the value of our Bucky boss's bounty? But it's 16 million Bailey. So, you're really beyond your means. Bucky boss, I don't think they have experienced your Bucky cannon. Why don't we grab them and tie them to Bucky's cannon, so they can feel real despair? Is that okay? Bucky pretended to ask. Of course, this town will all be under your rule. Kill someone to intimidate and intimidate, it would be great. Let's start the frenzy, little ones, take them all down. With a crazy command from Bucky, over 100 members of the Bucky Pirates launched an attack directly towards the members of the Thunder Pirates. You all step down. Since it's challenging the Bucky Pirates, let me, Captain Red, challenge it first. Red clenched his fists tightly and his 3-meter-tall body suddenly revealed strong muscles and physique like rock lumps. An electric current flows through both arms. Wait a minute. Suddenly, Bucky asked his subordinates to stop. Because he discovered something interesting. That is to see that Red is a demon fruit power. Otherwise, how could lightning come out of nowhere? After all, there are no other devices on Red. Bucky, how did you make us stop? Gigi, because I have decided to take action myself. The captain of the Thunder Pirates. I am very interested in you. Since you want to challenge me, how about joining my pirates if you lose? Red didn't speak. At this moment, Lu Ming took a few steps forward and sneered. You don't take our captain seriously, do you? At the beginning, the captain challenged you and you looked down upon it, so you went straight to the group selection. It's really unpleasant to want to fight against our captain again now. Gigi, little devil, who are you? Bucky immediately asked in a gloomy tone. I am the vice captain of the Thunder Pirates team. Although my strength is far inferior to that of the captain, if you want to compete with our captain alone, then you must pass my level first. Lu Ming said with a strong desire to defend the captain. Gigi, it's really beyond our control. Then let me kill you first and then subdue your captain. In Bucky's sneer, how powerful can a mere co-captain be? Split in four, clown throwing knife. Suddenly, Bucky unleashed his fruiting ability and his arm detached from his body, flying towards the landing sound. Ha! It's cracked open. The pirates on this side of the Thunder Pirates feel that they have gained a lot of knowledge. A good person, unexpectedly their arms suddenly broke. Is this an installed prosthetic? But this is too realistic, isn't it? Humph, this kind of attack, I can crack it with just one blow. The internal power of the Nine-Yang manual was stimulated and was slashed out with a knife. Suddenly, a substantial sword aura shattered Bucky's flying sword from a distance. Even the sword energy, which was transformed into internal energy, directly slashed towards Bucky's waist. Bucky immediately split into 4 and 5 parts, his body parted directly, avoiding the slash of the sword energy. Ha! Has the body also split? The members of the Thunder Pirates were once again shocked. Is the other person's body also made of puppets? After splitting his waist, Bucky frowned. I always feel like something's wrong. Underestimating the enemy. How could the other party strike him out of thin air from such a distance? Does the other party have the power to dominate? But it's impossible. How could there be someone who has mastered dominance in this weak East China Sea, still in the most remote place? If the other party really masters dominance, then it can be a bit tricky. Bucky quickly realized in his heart that as someone who had crossed the New World, he knew exactly how terrifying the power of dominance was. Have you mastered dominance? So, Bucky instinctively asked. Of course, when he said this, only Lu Ming knew what it meant, and other pirates couldn't understand what Bucky was saying. Dominant. Are you talking about this force? Boom. Lu Ming immediately activated his internal power and burst out with a strong howling wind. The release of this force was like a landslide, making countless pirates feel oppressed and breathing very difficult. Bucky was all taken aback. Is this really domineering? No, is this Mada still domineering and domineering? Regarding this, Bucky couldn't help but break out in cold sweat in fear. I didn't expect that there were pirates in the East China Sea who possessed such terrifying power. And have you learned to use your dominance on weapons, unleashing even more terrifying physical damage? How much Bucky loves money, how afraid he is of death at this moment. I immediately became intimidated. However, in front of my younger brother, I didn't want to act too timid. Cough cough, it seems like we don't know each other until we fight. Our strength should be evenly matched, let's not fight. Since that's the case, let's not let the well water invade the river. Ha! Lu Ming was taken aback by this. Is this Bucky changing his mind too quickly? No, we killed your henchman. Are you okay with that? Lu Ming asked intentionally. Gigi, it was just a misunderstanding. I, Bucky, understand the truth and cannot hold you accountable. Oh, I see. However, I still want to fight with you. Besides, we also want to make some money from you as the fare to the Great Waterway. Upon hearing this, Bucky's veins burst with anger. Especially if the other party still wants to covet his money, it's unbearable. So, it immediately split into 4 and 5 parts. My head flew towards Lu Ming and flew to his side, subconsciously whispering. Hey, you're pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger, don't think I don't know. Since I won't pursue you anymore, I'll just accept it as soon as it's good, okay? Only then can I live for a long time. How come you're still taking advantage of my wealth? Do you want to fight me to the death? If you really want to get started, all the members of the Thunder Pirates team will have to finish playing. At least I have 100 or so people here. Have you figured it out? Bucky, like a fly, kept talking in Lu Ming's ear. Oh, so what? I don't think our Thunder Pirates team can beat you guys. After all, we have 2 demon fruit powerhouses here. You should know what demon fruit powerhouses mean, right? Lu Ming said with a smile. This Bucky still wants to scare him, don't you know who's scaring who? What? Do you know the devil's fruit? You are indeed not a native of the East China Sea, are you? Are you from the New World? Bucky instinctively asked. After all, the other party had also mastered the domineering color and aura. Chapter 9. Bucky's Direct Confession. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. According to his travels over the years, I feel that mastering the power of dominance is something that most indigenous people in the world do not possess. Only those who have been to the New World have the opportunity to gain this power. Guess what? By the way, your split fruit is not flawless, is it? It has weaknesses. I seem to know how to deal with you. Lu Ming smiled. Gulu. Upon hearing this, Bucky broke out in a cold sweat. Is this guy too scary? What's your name, you? Are you really just the vice captain of the Thunder Pirates? Hee, my name is Lu Ming. I am indeed the vice captain of the Thunder Pirates, but I only recently gained the ability to sit in this position. Gulu. Upon hearing this, Bucky suddenly felt a wave of fear. So, is the captain of the Thunder Pirates also a hidden guy? No wonder at the beginning, he dared to challenge 100 or so people under his command alone. And this small Thunder Pirate squad actually has another devil fruit ability. Unable to provoke. I really can't afford it. Ha. I won't say anything. How much do you want? Let's solve it privately directly. How about not promoting it? Bucky subconsciously whispered. Ha ha ha. However, Lu Ming laughed out loud. At this moment, both members of the Thunder Pirates and Bucky Pirates looked bewildered. What are you doing? So close, have you been in love yet? Shoo, keep your voice down, right? Bucky immediately stopped. Okay. Solve it privately, I also have requirements. Lu Ming immediately restrained his smile and said seriously. What requirements? Fight with me. What kind of fight? I only like treasure and don't like fighting, let alone you, who pretends to be a pig and eats tigers. Can I just give up? Bucky immediately realized and said decisively. I thought to myself, how can the other party fight if they know his weakness? And if you lose, how can you explain it to the younger brother below? Give up directly. Can we still do this? Lu Ming frowned and thought to himself, I want to complete the system's task. If I just give up, it can be considered that I have completed the task. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the mission and defeating Bucky spiritually. Get a lucky draw worth 1,000 points. Lu Ming suddenly heard a system electronic sound in his mind. I thought to myself, I see. Defeating does not necessarily come from military force. It's also possible to defeat the opponent with spirit. I didn't expect to scare Bucky to such an extent. Damn it, just make friends. What else do you want? Bucky immediately said sadly. Lu Ming thought for a moment and said, all right, we can stop fighting. So, the last request is to give us 100 million Bailey, okay? I'll go, 100 million Bailey. You're really a lion talking big. I think you should just kill me. Bucky couldn't help but feel heartbroken when he heard that he was going to spend so much money. Look at you, you're really hypocritical. You just said you're making friends, but this is still the friendship price I gave you. Lu Ming looked somewhat contemptuous and continued, moreover, a mere 1 billion Bailey is not a treasure in your eyes, is it? Besides, aren't you going to get rich soon? What do you mean, you? Upon hearing this, Bucky immediately felt guilty. How do you feel like the other person knows that he has a treasure map now? Don't worry, I'm not interested in the treasure. After all, finding that thing would be a waste of time. Our Thunder Pirates team just wants to quickly enter the Great Waterway and urgently needs some money to turn over. Lu Ming looked at Bucky with a smile on his face. Bucky was speechless and said, "How did I meet your Thunder Pirates, these vampires? I want to be a little more open-minded. After all, if we kill you, all your money can belong to us. Now that it's only $1 billion, we can privately settle our grudges. Isn't that good?" "Who?" "Okay, I'll give you $1 billion Bailey. But as soon as you get the money, leave this small town quickly. Is that okay?" "No problem." Lu Ming immediately smiled. After all, now their Thunder Pirates are fighting for time. He doesn't want to wait for Luffy to take Sauron and steal his experience. Haha, it's easy to say. Bucky smiled as if nothing had happened. "We don't know each other until we fight. I didn't expect your Thunder Pirates team to be so interesting. I've made a deal with you as a friend, Mr. Bucky. Someone, give my new friend Bailey 100 million and congratulate them on a smooth voyage." "Boss Bucky, are you really going to give them 100 million Baileys?" The people under Bucky's command immediately looked puzzled. After all, who didn't know that Bucky loved money so much? "You guys have a small situation. Although I love money like my life, I have always been generous to my brothers and friends, right?" Bucky said with a grand expression. "I see, you truly deserve to be our boss." "Yeah, the boss values his new friends so much. We're really following the right person." The pirates under Bucky's command admired Bucky even more. So soon, someone took $1 billion Bailey and presented it to Lu Ming. "Thank you, Bucky brothers," Lu Ming politely said, thinking that it would be good not to break ties with Bucky. In the future, just treat Bucky as a cash cow. After all, in the original work, Bucky is actually a truly normal pirate. A pirate who is solely interested in treasure. He doesn't care about power or women at all. If Bucky knew Lu Ming's thoughts, he would probably be extremely depressed. However, according to Bucky's current personality, he should be avoiding Lu Ming in the future. "Alright, let's go. Go buy some ingredients and daily necessities and keep moving forward." Lu Ming squinted his eyes and smiled. The crew of the Thunder Pirates were extremely excited. Do you think Lu Ming is too powerful? It was effortless to obtain 100 million Bailey from the pirate who offered a reward of 16 million. "Lu Ming, what method did you use to make him willing to spend so much money?" Red couldn't help but ask. I said the captain's strength is even stronger than mine, and he was scared." "I see, it seems that I need to work harder to improve my strength." Next, the members of the Thunder Pirates have purchased some daily necessities in the town. Then he returned to the ship. Suddenly, the sound of system electronics echoed in Lu Ming's mind. "Take the navigation map from Nami's hand and you will receive a lucky draw." "Ha! Nami." Lu Ming immediately became puzzled. According to the system's triggering criteria, the task can only be triggered directly if the target character is nearby. That is to say, is it possible for Nami to hide on their Thunder Pirates ship now? Just thinking about this, Lu Ming also feels very likely. After all, Nami now needs to plunder money and send it to the members of the Dragon Pirates. So, if we have already targeted the money on their ship, it's also possible. It's a bit interesting. Chapter 10. Trading with Nami. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Away, there may be an unwelcome guest on the ship, perhaps they have set their sights on our treasure. Let's keep an eye on it, brothers. Lu Ming found a way and talked about this matter. What? Does anyone dare to suggest our treasure? Upon hearing this, Away was immediately surprised and said, "That's really eating the heart of a bear and the courage of a leopard." "Lieutenant Captain, don't worry, I will immediately have my brothers search carefully." Well, go ahead. If you find it, make sure to leave a living one. Lu Ming greeted, worried that if the other party rebelled, the people on his own boat would accidentally kill Nami, which would be a huge loss. Captain, when will my figure become more beautiful? Suddenly, Alita walked up from the side and played with a posture that she thought was very seductive towards Lu Ming. Oh. Don't worry, let me think about it first. When Lu Ming saw at least 200 pounds of Alita, he felt it was difficult to keep up with it. But Alita is already a member of their Thunder Pirates crew. From now on, she will be the one to meet every day. She is so fat and can't even move in seductive poses. How can this be tolerated? Therefore, Lu Ming felt it was better to immediately tell her how to develop the ability of smooth fruits. So as not to let Alita explore the ability of this fruit, it will take at least a long time. Who can bear this? Got it, didn't you mention it before? Your fruit is smooth, you can try to manipulate this force to smooth out your fat. Believe me, there's nothing wrong, just keep going. But Captain, I don't even know how to use the power of Devil's Fruit, said Alita helplessly. That's true. If she could use the power of the Devil Fruit, she would have been eager to try many times on her own. I see. Then you can go find the captain. The captain is actually a demon fruit ability person. Although he is still in the early stages of exploring the development of fruit ability, he must be able to teach you how to control the power of his own demon fruit. Captain. Alita immediately smiled with peace of mind and said, "Hey, then I know." Subsequently, Alita went to the second floor to consult with Captain Red. Lu Ming returned to the room. When he defeated the clown Bucky before, he completed the task and received a reward of 1,000 points. Now he can't help but feel his hands are cheap, and he feels like he can get 2 shots and 5 consecutive draws again. But at this moment, Away's voice came from outside the door. Report to the deputy captain, we have searched everywhere on the ship and there is no suspicious person hidden. Upon hearing this, Lu Ming felt strange. No suspicious people. Is there a mistake? Did you analyze the system's tricks incorrectly? Wait, what's in your room? By the way, Captain, we haven't checked your room yet. Away outside the door seemed to remember and emphasized. Don't resist, cooperate with me, or I'll kill you. Suddenly, a girl behind Lu Ming took out a dagger and placed it around his neck. Lu Ming remained extremely calm in his heart. I didn't expect it to be hidden in his room. Is this the so-called Golden House treasure? Although the other party came in by themselves. Away, maybe I'm too cautious. I don't have a room either. You guys keep going. Okay, but the co-captain can rest assured that we will take measures as soon as there is any change. So, after Away left, Lu Ming instinctively said, Miss Nami, can you put down the dagger now? I think we can sit down and have a good chat. If you continue to threaten my life with a dagger like this, I think you will lose a great benefactor. You actually know me. The person who had previously hidden in Lu Ming's room was indeed Nami with orange hair. After all, when I was on the street, I saw that Lu Ming and his team had obtained 100 million Bailey from the pirate Bucky. Although the members of the Thunder Pirates are not easy to deal with. But Nami has no other choice. Because the Dragon Pirates have taken over the village of Kokoja, she needs billions of Bailey to redeem the village. She happens to be missing over 1 billion Bailey. We can only take the risk of hiding on the ship of the Thunder Pirates, and then prepare to find an opportunity to steal the treasure and escape from the Thunder Pirates. I not only know you, but I also know a lot about you. Did you steal the navigation map from Bucky? Why don't we make a deal? Give me the navigation map and I'll help you save the people of Kakexia village. Lu Ming asked mysteriously. What? You, how come you know everything? Who are you? After hearing these words, Nami was shocked beyond measure in her heart. Although it was the first time she had heard of the Thunder Pirates, the person she was threatening now was someone she had never seen before, right? My name is Lu Ming, the deputy captain of the Thunder Pirates. As for why I know about you, I can't explain it clearly for a while. And I don't want to say either. You just need to consider whether you want to trade with me now. Lu Ming said calmly. Upon hearing this, Nami immediately weighed the pros and cons and asked, how can I trust you? Humph. Then it depends on what you want to do next. What do I want to do on my own? Nami immediately thought about it. I feel like even though I am threatening this person now, I still have no confidence in killing him. And even if I kill this person, I can't escape, can I? Can't the people of Kakexia village save them, can they? Okay, I understand. As long as you can help me save the people in Kakexia village, I will not only give you the navigation map, but also dedicate my own body to you. Upon hearing this, Lu Ming was a bit stunned. Nami actually used her body as an exchange. This realization seems good. But is the reaction on my hands too slow and dull? So, this is your enlightenment. If that's the case, why are you still threatening me? Lu Ming instinctively said something. Oh, I'm sorry, I was too nervous and didn't realize I was still threatening you. Nami immediately withdrew her dagger and stood dumbfounded in Lu Ming's room, tears streaming down her face. After all, as a weak person, death is not scary. What's scary is that if one dies, the people of Koko village will have no hope at all. Lu Ming turned around and looked at Nami up close. Nami couldn't help but take a step back and nervously said. Lord Lu Ming, we can't do this yet. When you save the villagers of Kakexia first, I will fulfill my promise. Otherwise, I will immediately commit suicide. Hahaha, actually I don't understand why you have to add such a promise at the end. But it doesn't matter, I can actually see your consciousness and attitude from it. Lu Ming paid no attention to Nami's beauty and walked to bed, lying down and continuing to say. I'll take a break for a while, you can do it yourself, but I advise you not to run out. Our Thunder Pirates team is heading to the village of Kakexia, so it's completely on the way to your hometown.